Welcome to Kids True Crime. Pulling up, hit and go. It's showtime. Chat squad rolling in line. Best crew on the screen, that's the headline. We pull up to the scene, Mr. calling out each detail. Real clean, Patty said, judging the fee. Running double up and theories at top speed. Caroline Cooper in caps lock. Rachel from Mars with the straight talk. Angel in the back with the side eye. We ride or die in the live, let the time fly. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got push people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-liner, fill up all behind. Best community on this whole site. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little copy, that's what we're here for. Bad ass vibe, yeah. Up, push and for. Bad ass vibe, yeah. 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 Vibe, vibe, yeah. Melissa in the bushes on patrol, putting out the fires when the rumors roll. Flames toddler in the back, all jokes. Inside last for the day one's folks. Feel the chatter climbing up the chat wall. Names flying fast, can't catch them all. From the first bell ring to the last word said. We beans, tease, spaces till it's time for bed. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got bush people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-line, fall from behind. Best community on this whole site. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little pocket, that's what we're here for. Like, that's like, yeah. I'm a blast for sport. Like, that's like, yeah. 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 Like, that's like, yeah. Drop a heart in the chat for the day ones. Drop a flame for the late night reruns. If you know, then you know that's the code word. Kit says what she thinks, every quote heard. We stay loud, stay proud when the stream's on. Same fam, same clan when the cam's gone. One click, one link, and we're back at the door to the badass softcore lore. Welcome to Kids True Crime. True Crime. We got bush people talking in real time. Real time. We got trolls in the corner, we don't mind. Hit them with a one-line, fall from behind. Best community on this whole side. We laugh, we roast, but we hold tight. Get a little cookie, that's what we're here for. Bad as bud, yeah. Ash low floor. Bad as bud, yeah. 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 Bad as bud, yeah.
What up? What's going on? Hello. There's my girl right here. There's my girl. I'm surprised you're up. You got to work tomorrow. Yes. Fire in the chat. Fire in the chat. Fire. Hold on. This is going to be, I feel, a good live. Okay. Oh, what's going on here with my... Hold on a minute. Something's going on here, back here. Okay, this is a case out of Florida. Of course, Florida. Got all that weird crap going on there. Hello, I need to talk to you, corn dog. Yes, I do. I was actually fixing to head to bed. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. You always here. You show your face. You show your face all the time, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the bushes. At least somebody's listening. Okay. This is a case of... Oh, let me get his face up here. Oh, no. Hold on. I'm going to start with this first. I want to... Do you guys know who White Boy Lockdown Radio is in Damaged Goods? Anybody know? Well, you should. Here, let me get this back. Hi, Carolyn Cooper. Okay, my friends, okay, are getting sued by Jonathan Lee Riches. I mean, for free speech, right? It's insane, you guys. But yeah, they're getting sued by JLR. I don't know who else. I'm just going to share this. Okay. It explains everything. Oh my God, restraining orders. Holy shit. Who's got restraining orders? Oh, they're being careful. I see what they're doing. I know it's for JLR. This is about JLR. JLR is suing them because he did a live about them, and I mean really, he said he's suing Molly. I don't know what's going on with that. I know he got her taken off of YouTube. I think I already shared this, but I don't care. Let's go to his channel. Maybe you guys will recognize him then. I don't know. They're my friends. I've known them since the Gabby Pizzito case, and they stick up for people. They stick up for family. I'm just saying. Okay. I couldn't imagine being in this predicament. You know how scary that's got to be? Here, let me share this. Share channel. Okay, people, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be good. Oh, you know him through me? Well, his wife's on here, but she's not into like YouTube, like you know we are or whatever. And she's got her channel. When she comes live, it's exciting. Everybody shows up, and but she does a lot of research behind the scenes also. So there's that. Here he is. Here's my peoples right here. My peoples right here. This is Matt's channel. If you oh, white boy. If you want to check him out, okay. There you go, right there. God, this is crazy. Let's see. He was bringing awareness. I think right here on this video. Let's see. I can't remember. I'm sorry. He was bringing awareness. Here it is. So he was over by Jonathan Lee Richards' house, him and Dirty Addict, and they got permission and let the sheriff know that they will be over there doing an awareness, kind of like a protest thing. Not by I mean, they were like pretty far away from JLR's house. Okay. There you go, people. Check out my boy. But yeah, they're my friends. All right, let's get to Daniel. You guys, this is disturbing. Here we go. Look at that demon. People, I say, don't go on dating apps. I don't know how anybody can go on dating apps. I don't care. This day and age, you got to know who you're messing with. Okay, scattered remains case. This is Daniel Stearns, and the lady that lost her life is Nancy Howery. Okay, so what we're gonna watch just we're gonna watch some body cam footage, which is amazing. Hi, Rhonda. How are you, girl? Hey, girl. How you doing? And we're not gonna watch the whole trial. We're gonna watch. Well, it really wasn't a trial. He pled guilty. We're gonna listen to what the prosecutor said. Okay. But he spread her everywhere, and they found him with her head in a bucket. I mean, come on, people. I don't get it. And as I was looking, this man doesn't even have a record. You think, okay, something led up to this. This is it right here. I can't find anything unless in other states. This is just Florida. So he was charged with murder, tampering with evidence, abuse of a human body. How people do that shit? guys ready? Here we go. Let's listen to what the prosecutor said of what he did. Here, where are we? Right here, I think. Yep. So he didn't have a trial. He just pled guilty. Okay, here's the opening statement right here.
They had a volatile relationship that he wanted to be exclusive.
I can't even hear it.
Miss Howry lived at
Turn
that
this up,
time
people.
in Indian Harbor Beach. The defendant at that time lived in the Palm Bay area.
Can you guys hear it?
On February 14th,
Let me turn it up.
2023, Valentine's Day, Miss Howry and the defendant were in an argument and they did not celebrate the holiday together. The next day, on February 15th, 2023, Miss Howry went to the house of a friend who lived in Palm Bay. Her friend's name is Iana Ramos. Both Miss Howry and Miss Ramos were from Brazil and both spoke Portuguese. Miss Ramos will tell you that when they got together, they often enjoyed cooking traditional foods from the area that they were originally from, Brazil. And she'll tell you that on that particular day, February 15th, 2023, Miss Howry arrived at her house in the morning around 9 a.m. And that they had planned on looking for places to rent in Palm Bay because Miss Howry was moving from her Indian Harbor Beach apartment. She will tell you that while Miss Howry was at her house at 1346 Coral Reef Drive, Northwest Palm Bay, Miss Howry had several FaceTime calls with a person Miss Ramos knew to be Miss Howry's boyfriend named Daniel. She will tell you that Miss Howry and Daniel argued and that the conversation became heated. Miss Ramos will tell you that Miss Howry and Daniel planned to meet at the CVS near her house to work out their differences. And she will tell you also that Miss Howry left her house at around 11:30 a.m. that morning, and that was the last time that she saw her friend alive. Todd Howry is Nancy Howry's ex-husband. Now, he will tell you that on February 15th, 2023, Miss Howry was supposed to pick up their children from school in the afternoon, but that he had to go get them instead because the school called him and said she never made it to that destination. But that he had to go get them. Mr. Howry will tell you that that exact same thing happened again the next day, on Thursday, February 16th, that she didn't show up again to pick up the children. And he will tell you that he and the children went to the Indian Harbor Beach Police Department to report Nancy Howry as a missing person. The Indian Harbor Beach Police Department began to investigate. They checked Miss Howry's residence and they canvassed that area and they began to speak to her friends. They also began looking into her cell phone's location. They obtained AT&T records that contained precise historical cell location data that gave the GPS coordinates of Miss Howry's phone on February 15, 2023. The last ping was a location near the Malabar Rifle Club in Palm Bay at 12:06 p.m. Now, officers responded to that location. They did not find Miss Howry, and they did not find the phone. Police were also searching for Miss Howry's vehicle. She had registered to her a 2014 Honda Odyssey minivan. It was located at Oakleaf and Platt Streets Southwest in Palm Bay. You will see on the maps that that's about a 10-minute drive or 3.8 miles from the area where her cell phone last pinged. Miss Howry's vehicle was parked off to the side of the roadway. Part of the tires were in the grass. Her driver's license, her credit cards were strewn across the front seat. Her Louis Vuitton purse was open in the back seat. There were also bags of groceries in the car. After speaking with Miss Howry's friends and relatives, the police developed Mr. Stearns as a potential suspect. Now, Todd Howry had an alibi for 2/15, 2023, which police verified by looking at some surveillance videos from a couple different businesses that he had visited before getting the call to ultimately go pick up his kids from the school. On February 19th, so 4 days after the murder, 2023, the Palm Bay Police Department went to the defendant's residence to speak directly with him. At that time, when they asked him about his relationship or when he last saw Miss Howry, he told them that he had not spoken to Nancy Howry in weeks, and that the last place he ever saw her vehicle, the minivan, was at her home. Police continued to investigate, and they discovered that the defendant's vehicle, a black Chevy pickup truck, is captured on flock cameras that show his tag number. A flock camera is a system that, particularly in Palm Bay, they have it take pictures of traffic and identify vehicles in certain locations. So the flock cameras showed the defendant's vehicle with his tag number on multiple occasions, usually late at night, headed toward an area that's commonly known as the compound in Palm Bay. Now, the compound is an unincorporated area to the southwest of Palm Bay that is comprised of several acres. It has some roads that are paved, some gravel, some just trails, other wooded areas, and some canals. That area has not been formally developed. Now, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office also begins to assist in the investigation. On March 6th of 2023, agents Neil Lee and agents Tyler Peterson from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office go again to the defendant's residence to speak with him. Now, during this interview that was audio recorded, the defendant tells the agents that he and Ms. Howry had a falling out, that he wanted to be totally done with her and he had deleted all of her contacts from his phone. When asked when that had occurred, when the falling out had happened, he says it was about a week prior to when the Palm Bay police had come and speak to him on February 19th. When asked what the falling out was about, he said, quote, just not clicking, not following boundaries, relationship rules. I don't want someone who goes and sees other men. He tells them that the main form of communication that he and Ms. Howry had used was WhatsApp, which is a application on the phone that allows FaceTiming, and he also says that they use Snapchat sometimes and that he doesn't know where she could be. Now, later that night, his truck is again captured on flock cameras headed to the compound in the middle of the night. And agents from the sheriff's office have also asked for the assistance from agents from the Game Over Task Force from Brevard County Sheriff's Office. And they have asked these agents to surveil the defendant to see where he goes. That evening, agents observed the defendant leaving his residence and going to the compound. Other agents that were already at the compound observed the defendant going into wooded areas and spending approximately 30 minutes there and then going back home. The next day, on March 8th, 2023, 2 days later from when they first went and talked to him on the 6th, Agent Peterson and Agent Neal go back to the defendant's residence and speak to him again. This time, he told the agents that he did, in fact, talk to and see Nancy Howry on February 15, 2023, the last day she was seen alive. He tells the agents on this day that he went to meet her in Palm Bay, near a friend's house that spoke Portuguese. He said further that he had watched her pump gas at a nearby BP station, but that while talking to her using the phone, he decided that their relationship was too toxic and he didn't want to meet with her in person after all, even though he could see her from where he was talking to her on the phone. And he claimed to have driven away after seeing her at that BP gas station. Later that same day, March 8th, 2023, after the BCSO agents have come talk to him a second time, the defendant again was observed leaving his residence and driving into the compound. The BCSO agents this time requested additional assistance from the STAR unit. Now, the STAR unit is a helicopter that's equipped with video capabilities, including infrared cameras. On the 8th, going into the 9th, the STAR unit for BCSO begins to track the movements of the defendant's Chevy truck. Once he has parked in the compound and exited into the woods, Game Over Task Force agents are there to maintain visual surveillance of him. They will tell you he's had a light source and he spent several hours in the woods. Now, as dawn is approaching on March 9th of 2023, the agents see the defendant come out of the woods and down a dirt path and go to a canal. And they witnessed him dumping some material from a bucket into the canal. The BCS STAR unit was equipped with that infrared capability and cameras, as I told you, and you will see the video of him doing that in the early morning hours of March 9th. At that point, fearing that he's destroying evidence, the agents come in and take him into custody. They apprehended him there. His truck also was still parked there. In his truck, they located 2 shovels, large gloves, a headlamp, and a tarp and other items. A cadaver detecting canine dog was called and utilized and led the deputies to some human remains at 4 different locations within the compound. Some of those remains were burnt to varying different degrees. And there was a burn pile nearby. You'll see photographs of that as well. Some skin fragments, however, that had not been consumed by the fire were also recovered from these areas. That included the middle finger of a female. That middle finger was collected, and Caitlin Pill, who is a latent print examiner for the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Identification Unit, she compared the fingerprint from that recovered middle finger to known standard prints of Nancy Howry. And based on the fingerprint evidence, it was determined that the finger, in fact, was Nancy Howry's. Dr. Matrina Schmidt was an associate medical examiner here in Brevard County at the time of this crime. And she reviewed all of the remains of Ms. Howry that were collected by the crime scene in the BCSO from those locations. And that included over 800 pieces of bone and skin. She will tell you that based on the pieces she had, which included part of the skull bones, particularly the frontal bone, that she determined based on the evidence that she had that the cause of death for Nancy Howry was a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was homicide. Nancy Howry's remains were also examined by a forensic anthropologist named Dr. Heather Walsh-Haney. Now, Dr. Walsh-Haney specializes in cases like this, where a body is too damaged for the medical examiner to do a regular autopsy. And she will tell you that she's in agreement with Dr. Schmidt and that there is an exit wound in the portion of bone from Ms. Howry's skull just above the right eye. And that she can tell you, and Dr. Schmidt agrees, that this is the exit wound from a bullet because of the unique external beveling that's on the frontal bone fragment that was recovered. So I ask simply that you listen carefully to all of the evidence as it's presented, that you use your common sense in evaluating it. And when you do that, and you follow the law as the court instructs you, you will reach the only true and just verdict that you can in this case, and you will find this defendant, Daniel Stearns, guilty as charged of the second-degree murder of Nancy Howry, of the abuse of her dead human body, and tampering with physical evidence. Thank you.
Oh God, she was boring. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me tell you something. I don't understand why he didn't get the death penalty. I'm really confused because I feel if somebody was dismembered, right? shouldn't, sorry guys, hold on. Okay, if it was me, oh God, I'm watching this guy, right? If I was in that courtroom, okay, it's horrible if your loved one gets unalived, right? But just think about it. If they get dismembered and their remains are scattered everywhere, oh my God, that's horrible. I would attack. I would attack. I would attack. Yes, I would. I would go to jail. Just say, I would. I don't know what's going on here. What happened? Let me see what the prosecutor said. Here, let's go here real quick before we go to the body cam footage. That guy's crazy too. The police interview, just his eyes. Okay, what did he do? Man has been convicted of murder of Indian Harbor mother, 35. He was charged the 6th. I can't believe he got second degree. This is just gross. Oh, it was a 5-day trial. I was wrong. I thought he pled guilty. Oh my God. They didn't find Oliver. Oh, Jesus. No. I can't even imagine. Well, I was wrong. Okay, let's get to the but I want to show you her. She's got a YouTube channel, but she speaks I don't know what it is. Portuguese or here she is. Look how happy she is.
Aquele vídeo tutorial que a pessoa explicou tão rápido.
Okay, we'll keep it on.
De atrasar o vídeo um pouquinho para você entender. Ou ao contrário, né? A pessoa tá falando devagar e você quer apressar. Aqui tá a dica, gente. Você vai no www.youtube.com/html5. Tá aqui, ó. html5. Quando essa página aparecer, você clica aqui. Na primeira vez, essa parte aqui vai estar azul. Você clicou aqui. Na próxima vez que você for no YouTube, tem aqui nessa parte de ferramenta e você vai escolher a velocidade. Geralmente está no normal.
Okay. I just wanted to show you guys. There she is on YouTube. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the good stuff. All right, here we go. What's going on? Sorry.
Satellite Beach when she lived there. And
hold on. Oh, I want to say something. I went to the court website and I was going to try to get some documents to read, right? And they don't show up. I don't know what the hell's going on. Watch this guy's eyes. Watch him.
Grapple.
She just went crazy.
She fought ruthlessly.
Something tells me that he's
Listen to him.
It seems she called several men, you know.
Oh,
I said, what do you want to do, get killed?
When a mother of two vanishes without a trace, investigators uncover a tangled web of online dating, jealousy, and deception. As the details of her disappearance start to unravel, a shocking confession changes everything.
And how do you know she was with other men?
She would show me.
The following is based on official police records released to date, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On Saturday, February 18th, 2023, Todd Howery heads to the Indian Harbor Beach Police Department in Florida to file a missing persons report for his ex-wife.
we were going to, if she didn't show up until Monday afternoon, we were going to file the missing persons then. Okay, so her name is Nancy Howery.
Todd and 44-year-old Nancy divorced in 2019, 4 years earlier, and share custody of their two children, a 12-year-old daughter and 9-year-old son. Their children had last seen their mother on Monday and received texts from her on the morning of Tuesday, February 14th, 4 days earlier.
This last Wednesday, she failed to pick up the children from school. Now, she has done that in the past. Let's say in the last 2 years, she may have done that six-ish times.
On Wednesday, when the school attempted to reach out to her, Nancy's phone went straight to voicemail. Neither of her children could get in contact with her, and Todd said the message he sent was never read. Then the next day, Nancy once again failed to pick up the children.
2 days in a row is out of the norm. This has never happened, that she's disappeared like this.
Todd and his children then drove by Nancy's house and the storage unit she works out of, but there was no sign of her vehicle at either location. They reached out to Nancy's mother, and it's soon determined that the last day anyone saw or heard from Nancy was Wednesday, February 15th. To add to the concern, Todd shares that Nancy has a turbulent past.
There's been a number of welfare checks. She has a history of alcohol abuse, a pretty pronounced history with both Satellite Beach when she lived there and with Indian Harbor Beach.
Court records show that in 2019, Nancy had been charged with battery domestic violence, though the prosecution decided not to proceed. In 2022, she was charged and found guilty of driving under the influence and resisting arrest without violence. According to police documents, Nancy is currently on probation.
She drinks like a fish. Okay, and it's far more than alcohol abuse.
Todd and Nancy's daughter, who had insisted they report her missing, soon joins him in the interview room.
She's done things like this in the past, but not all just out of the blue or for no reason. I mean, she did lose in court. She didn't lose. She owed me quite a bit of money.
As part of their divorce, which they're still attempting to settle, Todd says Nancy owes him approximately $60,000.
She was very upset about that. I gathered from my children that she was upset about that.
Was this recent?
Oh, yeah.
This isn't all that Nancy is currently dealing with. She'd also just been informed that her lease would not be renewed, and she would need to find a new place to live at the end of the month. As well, she is in a legal dispute with Bank of America.
Nancy has a lot of secrets. She keeps secrets, okay?
Todd is assured that they're treating it as a missing persons case. They check local hospitals and neighboring counties' police databases for any sign of Nancy, but there's nothing. Attempting to uncover some of Nancy's apparent secrets, investigators reach out to her mother.
I know that the whole thing, the trigger on this whole thing was that she lost in court, and that just blew her mind. And when she lost the case, she went to the depths of her heart in the horror and the desperation and everything. If you want to see what she was like before she started this, go on YouTube and look up Nancy Howery and see the mother she was, the wife that she was, before he destroyed her.
Nancy's YouTube channel, which was most active between 2015 and 2016, 7 years before her disappearance, features videos of her family and children, along with cleaning tips, baking, and book reviews.
Olá, aqui é Nancy. Hoje eu estou aqui para responder tag.
While she's certain the divorce proceedings were a catalyst, Nancy's mother also had a few other theories about what may have happened to her daughter.
It seems she called several men, you know. I mean, everyone's focusing on the fact that she drinks and there were men involved.
I understand.
You know Matthew, right? Matthew, the first guy she met when we went to Florida, they were together for 2 years. And he, you know, when she tried to break off with him, he broke into the house. He had heard her one time. He almost choked her one time. But he always kept coming around. There are police records of Nancy Kenny and Matthew. I don't know his last name, but he could have revenge on his mind. I don't know, or he's going to make a deal with
When was the last time they were supposed to meet, Matthew and her?
that day. I don't know. One girl told me that she just went crazy and she got drunk and she said, I've got 5 meetings today. I'm going on my 3rd one right now. One of them was Daniel. One of them was Matthew. And then the other ones were some friggers off of Timber or whatever that station's called. Timber or Tinder, I don't know.
Tinder? Okay.
And she just went crazy. And I think it was like Valentine's Day. And she was going, you know, that's the day you look for love. And she was looking for someone out of her desperation because of what Tom did to her.
Nancy's dating habits had actually come up with.
Yeah, he really seems that he don't like her. I'm just saying he's telling everything. Why would she have to pay him $60,000? Is it because she made more money, or maybe I don't know yet. The kids live with him, so child support. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And yes, thank you. Fire in the chat, people. That's right. Front and center. Okay.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's continue.
When Todd and his daughter first reported her missing.
My daughter was just telling me right now that she's on a number of dating apps. She met some guy on Tinder. She sees a lot of men.
The person who's dating right now, because she dates a lot of guys.
Okay.
Right now, she is in contact with this guy named Daniel.
Okay.
I think he got He's in the military.
Oh, do you know how old is he? Is he like older?
I want to say he's 40, 50, and he has weird hair.
She was just looking for comfort that day. It wasn't because of she was looking to get drunk or to celebrate or she was sex crazy or something like that. She was trying to find someone to console her, and she was trying to find it in these men.
With a few lanes of inquiry, officers from the Palm Bay Police Department tracked down one of the men Nancy had met on Tinder, 32-year-old Daniel Stearns. They arrive outside his house the day after Todd reported Nancy missing. Before they approach the house, the officer has a concerning update about the investigation.
So her car was located in the group, and I remember that call coming out earlier today. Yeah. And her phone was pinging last night at our gun range.
Earlier that day, Nancy's vehicle was found abandoned and parked partially on the side of the road near a wooded area in Palm Bay. Inside the vehicle, they found her credit card and Florida identification on the driver's seat. As well, the last known location of her phone pinged.
Here we got another person that is dismembering people and leaving evidence everywhere. Not cleaning up their crime. I'm just saying.
In the area of the Port Malabar Rifle and Pistol Club. As Daniel lives with his parents, his mother answers the door.
Is there a female that's in here? Her name is Nancy?
No.
Okay.
But please, when you talk to my son, it's
Yeah.
easy. He's a army, but he have a PTSD.
That's fine.
Me
He's
too.
not in any trouble.
Me
Yeah.
too. I have both of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not in any trouble.
Yeah.
You know, just have to ask him if he knows where Nancy's at. That's it.
According to police reports, Daniel served 2 tours, with at least one being in Afghanistan.
Hey, Daniel, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I have a question. Are you familiar with Nancy?
I've fallen out. You haven't spoken with
When was the last time you spoke to her?
I can say.
Okay. Was it like, has it been days, months?
Weeks.
It's been weeks. Okay. Do you know where she might be at?
Oh, no.
You have no idea.
Typical hangout she likes. Does she like any particular bar, restaurants? She had a friend down St. John's Parkway.
Do you have her phone number?
No.
Okay. So you guys are not like that. You guys don't talk on the phone or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
One of Nancy's friends also spoke with an investigator and a translator, and was far more forthcoming about Daniel and Nancy's relationship.
Pero ellos ya hace años que se conocen, están juntos, pero nunca como novios serios, eran amigos con derecho, como se dice, ¿no? Y entonces ellos siempre me estaba hablando de él y tal, que él tenía problemas como porque él era militar y siempre estaba preocupado con eso, no podía dormir, a veces se despertaba de noche agresivo y relembrando de esto.
Always fighting, always having, arguments.
And when you guys spoke weeks ago, was that through phone or did you guys meet up somewhere?
When we spoke weeks ago, I mean, it's just like, no, it was, yeah. We fell off after that.
Was that over the phone? Was it in person?
Over the phone.
Over the phone.
But you since deleted her number?
Deleted the number.
Yeah.
Even blocked her.
That's all I got. All right. Thank you.
If you hear from her or if she shows up, would you let us know? Because obviously Indian Harbor Beach is looking. So.
Okay, so yeah, I'm probably guessing a lot of people have contacted her if she's missing. Yeah. So, I mean, if I hear from her.
If she shows up or if you hear anything, just let us know, man.
All right.
Thank you.
As the officers leave, they make note of something inside Daniel's truck.
What's that?
What? Yeah.
Airsoft or is it real? Looks like SIG.
Something tells me that he's hiding something.
As it would turn out, the officer was right, and no secret stays buried forever. It won't be long before they discover exactly what Daniel is hiding.
He started pointing that way to where her car was found on the group.
Oh.
But then he said the Heritage Parkway. You notice that? He said her car, or yeah. You might want to secure that before you lock up tonight.
What are we talking about?
In your truck.
Don't grab it right now. But as we pass by the vehicle, we glance in vehicles when we walk by, and when we see a pistol on the dash. So I just don't want somebody busting the glass and taking it, and then the kid taking it
at night. So
please show us the courtesy and let us get out of here before you snatch it up.
Okay.
But yeah, that worries me for burglaries. I was going to come back up, and I'm glad you came out.
Yeah, I probably would have seen it within a half hour. So.
Yep. All right.
Have a good one.
Right.
Take care, man. Good luck.
For the next 2 weeks, there's no sign of Nancy. However, investigators already know Daniel was more involved with Nancy than he's willing to tell them. On March 6th, 2 agents from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, who have now taken over the case, once again try to speak with him. This time, his mother warns them about their effect on Daniel.
I just let you know he got like kind of nervous, like upset what happened.
Does he know what happened?
No.
Nancy's friend shared that Daniel had a similar reaction when she reached out to him about Nancy's disappearance.
He just was freaking out, the guy, Daniel, on the phone.
I know you said you had a falling out. What made you guys fall out? What was that about?
Yeah, just we're not clicking. Not following boundaries, rules, relationship rules, like that. So I'm just like, I don't want to continue. It's not good for me.
So she was following rules, or both of you, or just her?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want someone who goes and sees other men.
Yeah.
While this is the first really truthful answer Daniel is given, he still denies having seen or spoken to Nancy for about a week before she went missing. However, Nancy's friends have contradicted him.
So she thinks that Wednesday morning, Nancy and Daniel were communicating, and they were trying to set up where they were going to meet and get together that day. And then Daniel ended up sending Nancy an address to go meet Daniel.
With it growing more and more obvious that Daniel's story simply isn't adding up, Brevard County game over agents begin to conduct surveillance, watching his every move. On March 8th, they follow him to a spot known as the Compound, an undeveloped area in Palm Bay containing miles of abandoned roads. Though they don't see what he does while there, the next day, on March 9th, the game over agents again followed him back to the compound, where they watch him carry a shovel.
I gotta go to bed. Just finish watching this tomorrow at work. Good night. Love you. Love you too. Thank you for being here.
Into the woods. Again, they can't see what he's doing, but heard digging. A few hours later, Daniel emerges from the woods, and the agents follow him to a canal. There, they see him carrying a bucket and decide to detain him. Daniel is then brought into the Brevard County Sheriff's Office for questioning. It's here that his dark secret will come to light.
Unfortunately, these are not the conditions for me to answer questions.
Okay.
Despite this answer from Daniel, the detectives carry on and read him his Miranda rights.
You're a decorated veteran. I don't want any false information shown against you.
Then this will not be the time that I would answer questions.
What time would that be?
Evidence.
What do you mean evidence?
This is supposed to be over a homicide, right?
Well, we're trying to figure that out, Daniel.
You're saying you have everything together?
We wouldn't be sitting right here if we didn't.
It was self-defense. I was taking her to the compound to teach her how to shoot. We got there in the middle of me showing her how to aim. She goes for my gun. She nearly gets a hold of it. She fails the first time and she goes absolutely berserk, not wanting to take a loss for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Get into a grapple. She even spits on my hand. After multiple times, I couldn't take the chance again.
Before going any further, the detectives clarify that Daniel understands his rights. He agrees to speak and tells them that he and Nancy had been seeing each other on and off for the past few years, but recently they were off.
I was never really her boyfriend.
What were you considered?
Friend with benefits, with feelings that aren't exactly friends with benefits. That's what you would say.
For about 2 weeks before Nancy's disappearance, Daniel hadn't responded to any of her messages. Then, around Valentine's Day, they began speaking again and decided to meet up on the 15th.
I wanted to try to meet her to have this talk that I told you I wanted to talk to her about.
Is that the one about Tinder?
Yes, and other toxic traits.
Okay. And what toxic traits were those?
It's abusive behaviors. Told her about, the compound, teaching her how to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
She was asking me repeatedly to take her out to shoot.
While this may have been true, Nancy's mother told investigators that she'd never mentioned wanting to learn how to shoot a firearm or was planning on ever possessing one. Regardless, Daniel says he and Nancy made a plan to meet. They met where Nancy's vehicle was later found. She had left it there, got into his truck, and he drove them into the compound.
So at that point, did you guys start discussing the issues?
Yeah, we did a little bit, yeah.
And what did you guys discuss? Like, what was said?
The same things. Her seeing other men, abusive behaviors.
Okay.
And then I cooled down to a bit. And then that's when I started to teach her.
Okay. So you guys had your argument before you started the actual teaching, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you know she was with other men?
She would show me.
And how would she show you?
Sexually explicit text messages and pictures.
Okay. And what would it be of?
Sexual dialogue, nude photos, showing another man in the same bed.
Todd shared with investigators that this behavior wasn't out of the ordinary for Nancy.
She showed me pictures of her giving me a finger or whatever guy she was at the time, okay?
Even Nancy's mother knew about her actions.
It's always when he gets possessive, and then she would send him a picture, the idiot, to make him mad. Say, if you don't want to see me, I'll find a new boyfriend. And she sends a picture of the guy. I said, what do you want to do, get killed?
And why would she do that?
It's really left to my imagination. I would only think because she wanted to taunt me. It feels like narcissistic behavior.
Okay. So it wasn't something like you were into where you wanted to receive those pictures. She just did it to make you angry?
Yeah.
Daniel says she'd done this multiple times since he met her, and this was one of the reasons he stopped talking to her.
So in that 2-week period that you left on red, how many pictures or messages did she send to you that were the explicit ones?
I can't count.
More than one?
There was many. That's all I can say, really.
If you could give an approximate, how many? Just so I have a better understanding.
I'd say between 10 to 16.
You think that Nancy liked him, but she didn't want a serious relationship with him. Daniel, on the other hand, was trying to be more controlling and wanted more of a relationship.
With this background finally established, investigators attempt to understand Daniel's claims about what happened at the compound, and he paints an unsettling picture.
I know you explained you guys went out there to train and stuff. What led to her acting the way she did? What happened?
It was as good as an ambush.
What do you mean by that?
She was close. She was next to me.
Okay.
I was showing her form. I was talking to her through fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right there. It was as good as an ambush.
Okay, when you're saying good as an ambush, was it more than one person?
Explosive. She made an explosive movement to try and retreat, to take my gun from me. She fought ruthlessly to take it from me. She was unresponsive to the words stop.
So as you guys were fighting, was she saying anything?
She said she hated me.
What would have led her to hate you?
I feel like it was denying her power over me.
Mm-hmm.
She took deflections as insult. She would continue to insult me unprovoked.
Though Daniel has made clear attempts to portray himself in a very specific light.
Look at him. Just look at that camera. Look at him. Evil within. Anybody here? Anybody here? This is a Florida case, of course, and he scattered remains of Nancy Howery. Howery, yeah, I think that's her name. Okay, let's continue. Yes, fire in the chat. Yeah, I know he is, right? Thank you. Fire in the chat. Thank you for still being here. I appreciate you. Carolyn Cooper and Rhonda.
Investigators uncovered a conversation between him and Nancy from September 3rd, 2022, over a year earlier. It appears that Daniel was seeing another woman at this point, and he texted Nancy, "You with her, I'm going to make you suffer. You will suffer."
She charged me. She came to the grapple. She nearly took it from me. She even spits in my hand. There just wasn't any sign of quit, even with an upper hand.
What is the spit in the hand? Why do we keep referring to that? Was that
slip?
Okay. So was your gun slipping?
It was.
Daniel claims that Nancy even attempted to bite him.
So what happened from there?
She advanced to the end, and then I shot her.
Where did you shoot her?
It was in the head.
How many times was that?
Once. They even tried to use Aikido.
So you're trained in Aikido?
No, something yet.
Are you trained in anything else or just that?
I know throw moves.
Since Daniel has already admitted to shooting Nancy, investigators are eager to understand what he did with her remains.
Did you call 911?
I didn't trust the law with that situation.
And why is that?
I've seen the horrors of civil forfeiture. I've seen police officers planting drugs on traffic stops.
What went on from there? What happened from there?
I had to carry her body into the nearby woods.
Daniel claims he left her body exposed in the woods before returning a few days later.
Was she in full body form, or did you do anything to the body from there?
Decayed.
Okay.
Vultures came.
5 days after Nancy died, Daniel's internet history showed that he searched for, "What does it mean when I see a vulture?" The rest of his search history would reveal another twisted layer to the case.
Was she buried out there, or did you just leave her in the wooded area?
I did bury her after some days, and then I unearthed her to burn her.
Using lighter
So yeah, he started her on fire too. I forgot about that. Hello, DB. How you doing? This guy is sick. He's talking about this like no problem. Oh yeah, it's like another day.
fluid, Daniel burned Nancy's remains, including her phone and keys. Crime scene investigators discovered an area of loose dirt and what appeared to be burned human bone fragments, a human tooth, and a charred portion of what appeared to be human skin. Just before they arrested him, the game over agents had watched Daniel carry a bucket to the bank of a canal.
Well, it's cleaning the buckets that held her ashes and bones.
According to police records, the agents noticed what appeared to be drag marks on the canal bank leading into the water. A human remains detection dog alerted to the presence of human decomposition near the bed of Daniel's truck and in the water across the canal bank. Though Daniel has yet to answer the lingering question of why Nancy would try to take his gun, he ventures some speculation.
The more I think about it, it's like she wanted me to, or not wanting to end up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear investigators feel something is missing from Daniel's story, and so they begin to challenge it.
So you, a 205-pound guy with a mother of two, not fully fit, 150 pounds, as you said, you felt threatened enough that you had to take the gun and shoot her.
It was too close. It was too dangerous for me.
You've gone through military training on how to keep your weapon.
She initiated when I was vulnerable.
You know that's not what happened. There's not a mother of two, not physically fit lady that caught you off guard when you have military training on know how to keep your firearm and keep it, because you know that you've done two tours?
Yeah.
But I feel like it wasn't a self-defense like you're saying. There's something you're holding back, and I understand that.
At 3:30 a.m. on the day Nancy died, Daniel's search history showed that he looked up uncensored videos, murders, executions, terrible accidents, dude stabbed his ex-girlfriend at the mall, and woman dies of stab wounds. In the days that followed Nancy,
Okay, that's that is his searches on the internet, you guys. Look at. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, maybe my stuff, if they went through my stuff, yeah, but I do true crime. So I have an excuse. Because I think about that. Like, if anything happens, or I'd never do anything bad. But let's say, right? They would be like, when they would look at my history, they'd be like, oh my God, we need to really look into her. Yeah, people. Boy, he's really sick.
shooting, Daniel looked up, compound Florida crime. If I lose a lot of blood, how long before I can't put it back into my body? Missing persons, Palm Bay, and buckshot wounds on humans.
I understand that she has made you mad. Tinder messages, you receiving these nude pics from her and other guys made you mad.
I refuse to answer questions at this time.
So you no longer want to speak anymore?
You're trying to put words in my mouth.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, I'm done.
Okay.
Daniel is done talking and is soon arrested. Following Daniel's confession, Nancy's loved ones were informed about her death.
We've spoken with an individual who's believed to actually have hurt Nancy. We have located items that we believe is going to be Nancy, but as of right now, we haven't been able to make a positive identification.
What do you mean hurt?
So it appears as if the person we found is deceased, and at this point, we believe it's going to be Nancy.
I have a feeling this is not going to be good news.
We have spoke with somebody who has led us to, we believe, who's going to be Nancy at this time.
Give me a second to process this.
I understand, sir. I understand.
I was hoping and praying for something, for a better outcome, and I didn't expect this. Right now, it's an actual homicide? Really?
That's what it appears as, yes, sir.
Investigators found scattered remains in a wooded area of the compound. They recovered part of a human skull with what appeared to be a gunshot wound, along with evidence.
Holy shit, how did that happen? I'm sorry. Oh God. Does this look familiar? Does this look familiar, this area? Or does it remind you of anything? There we go, that's better. Does this area, this picture right here, remind you of anything? It's kind of weird if you ask me. Only in Florida they got these Weird people. All these horrible crimes. People being dismembered. Yes! 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 Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Ain't that crazy? It's kind of like the same area. I'm sorry, I know I got excited. Sorry if you're wearing earbuds. You should know better with me. I'm loud. Okay, so you're right. Oh my God, ain't that crazy? Crazy. Okay, people.
Of the compound, they recovered part of a human skull with what appeared to be a gunshot
Okay,
wound.
sorry. You know I got to do this for fair use. I haven't talked much to this. You guys, this is what's really sad, and I did not realize. They didn't get hardly anything back of her. Okay? Um, I definitely would have sat behind him, okay, during court. Definitely. If that was my loved one. Sickle.
Along with evidence of a gunshot, there were fractures consistent with blunt impact. A finger with a pink fingernail was located and taken for prints, which positively identified the remains as Nancy Howery. Following his arrest, Daniel spoke to a friend over a recorded video call and, seeming to forget why he's behind bars, made an unsettling comment discussing his military training.
Yeah, being in infantry, yeah, we got trained to kill. I mean, that's just that, man.
Daniel Stearns was found guilty of second-degree murder, reclassified with a firearm, abuse of a dead body, and altering or destroying evidence. For the first count, he was sentenced to life in prison, and for sentences 2 and 3, he was sentenced to 22 years each. All sentences will run concurrently. In December 2025, Daniel filed an appeal.
Oh, God.
Get less restricted content and an unfiltered look at our cases.
I love this channel, by the way. I want to know why. I want to know. Oh, this is good. We got to save this. Hold on, guys. I got to save this for body cam footage for us to watch. Oh, another one. I got so much saved for us. This case is sad. Okay, what was I going to say about it? Let me put her face up there. Is this it? Right here. I don't know why he did not get the death penalty, you guys. When you dismember a body, that's sick. There's something wrong. It's something wrong to take somebody's life, but to do that, you don't need to be here on this earth no more. Nope. Absolutely not. Stuff like that, and children, it don't matter. You definitely need to go. Okay, no trial, no nothing. Okay, and get the death penalty. That's right. Mm-hmm. Hold on a minute, please. Were you here last night during my live when we went over Storage War guys' his case and everything surrounding his case? Hold on a minute. I don't know, you guys. Hold on. We'll look at that real quick. Okay, do you remember when I was on Facebook? Because what's his name? Vegas. What's his name? BPS. He was in here too, and he asked for me to re-show his Facebook post, his last one. Do you remember somebody DM'd me during that? I'm like, oh, because I was hoping nobody's seen it. Do you remember that? Did you realize that? There we go. Did you realize that? Hi, Rhonda. I just seen your name right now. I'm sorry. Do you guys remember that little ding? Or did you not? Did you not realize? There we be. All right. I'll give you time to put it in the chat. In the meantime, we're going to watch the judge. You didn't realize it? Okay. This is what happened. It went ding. You know how it goes ding on Facebook Messenger. And I'm never on there, right? I was only on there because of what we were doing. I'm like, oh boy, it's my little buddy. And then I was live for 5 more minutes and I got offline. It was my grandson. My youngest grandson. Well, not the youngest. The youngest too. It was hilarious. I'm like, boy, they're going to get in trouble. I'm like, what are you guys doing? It was cute. It was cute. They probably got in trouble for doing that. All right, here we go. Let's listen.
In this case, I handled it pretty much just from the trial on. So I didn't have any of the background of, how we got to the trial. So what I'm considering today in the court sentence, I'm considering the verdict handed down by the jurors, the score sheet, which by my calculations, 268.8 months, which is about 22.4 years. The court has a discretion between 22.4 years and life due to both the fact that this is this a life felony or first degree PBL?
I believe it's a PBL.
I think it's a life felony, but regardless, maximum life. And he also scores over 363 points, which is also discretionary life. So that's where the court starts. So I know what my bounds are, what discretion the court has. So I looked at the score sheet. I considered the pre-sentence investigation. I listened closely today to the testimony from the defendant's family. I listened to the victim impact statement from the victim, Ms. Howery's children and her mother. I listened very closely to the arguments of counsel, both the state and defense. And I also am considering the evidence admitted at trial, only the evidence admitted at trial. And some of that evidence that the court recalls and listened closely to was all of the testimony about what happened, surveillance that was happening, the physical evidence that was entered, the photographs of the evidence, the video of the star when they were following Mr. Stearns, the defendant's statements that were actually admitted in the audio and the body cam that the jury saw, the cell phone searches, and the expert testimony regarding the fingerprints, the DNA or lack thereof, and the testimony from the forensic anthropologist, which by the time this case got to trial and everything, pretty much the evidence of Mrs. Howery was nothing but a bag of bones that was transformed into different types of evidence that we heard throughout the trial. I've considered the arguments of counsel and for both the state defense as to what's appropriate in this case. And I believe the following sentence is appropriate. And part of my decision on counts 2 and 3, just for state and defense's edification, is actually relying on the Gabriel case. Which is going to be over the statutory maximum because I think that's actually required. All right, Mr. Stearns, if you please rise. Thank you. As to count 1, second-degree murder reclassified, I'm going to sentence you for a term of imprisonment of your natural life. Count 2, abuse of a dead human body, I'm going to sentence you and adjudicate you guilty of all of these to 268.8 months in the Department of Corrections. Count 3, tampering with physical evidence, destroying evidence, third-degree felony, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 268.8 months in the Department of Corrections. All counts will run concurrent with one another. You also have to pay court costs. Is there any additional cost of prosecution request other than the standard $100?
No.
$100 cost of prosecution. And is there any cost of investigation requested or restitution? Okay, no cost of investigation or restitution. Is there anything else, state, you would request?
No.
All right. Sir, you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence in this case. Thank you. Good luck to everyone.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would ask the court to appoint the public defender for purposes of appeal. Brought this up with the state. I have prepared a proposed order for the court.
That was my next question. Do you have a proposed order? Of course I will.
No objection. Mine actually had a judicial assistant place for signature.
Okay. That's all right. I'll give this to my judicial assistant. She'll file it. All right. Anything else we need to address today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Not on behalf of the state. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're concluded with this case. All right. We'll be in recess for about 5 minutes. I know we have Mr. Wells next. Sure. Yeah, you need to. Okay. I won't be in recess yet.
Oh. Hello, my friends. Hold on. Hello, VPS. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being here. We are on a case. This is like a Wade Wilson case, but I think it's even worse than Wade Wilson. It's a Florida case, of course, and it's a recent one, and he was just sentenced December 5th, 2025. All they got was a bag of her. He dismembered her, burned her. It's sick. What? How can somebody do that? I don't understand. He should be on death row. He should be on death row. Most certainly. What do you guys want to do? Because that's all I got. That's all I got. Oh, here's opening statements. Oh, we already did that. Never mind. What shall we do, people? Let me look. Let's look. I just thought, we start looking at something different. You know what I mean? It's the same old stuff. I mean, there's really nothing going on in true crime. Not much at all. Which is, kind of good, right? Kind of good. And that's why I'm doing a little bit of everything here. And I want to show this one more time. Okay. We're going to watch another body cam here in a minute. I just want to show this again. These are my friends. JLR is suing White Boy Lockdown Radio. Okay. I can't even imagine being sued. It's got to be the ickiest feeling ever. Especially with JLR. Crazy. Okay, we're going to watch one more body cam footage just because. Hold on, let me fix this. I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Let me go to my playlist. All right. All right, we got it. MLB player executes his in-laws. Oh boy. Colorado man unalives his wife after cat pushing her. Oh, I don't mean to laugh, but my God, really? I'm looking, people. Killer realizes she's been caught 4 years later. Yeah, we're going to see what this husband did. Let's do that. I was trying to see if I had a funny drunk person, but I don't. Not right now. Here we go. Oh. go.
Said he grew concerned over his wife not responding to a text.
Boy, what a nice house, you guys.
Hello.
Oh, I was just on their neighbor and they called me like, can you go see if she'll answer the
Oh yeah, he sent us as well. So
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
just next door. Okay.
Wait, well, you got this.
Alrighty, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mute. Carolyn Cooper, what does that porch look like? What does that porch remind you of? Let me back it up. Let me back it up.
Next door. Okay.
Right here. Carolyn Cooper, Rhonda. What does that porch look like? Or remind you of? When you figure it out, put it in the chat. You are good. Yes. Isn't this weird? Yes. 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 This is so weird to me. Oh my God. You're good.
All right, well, you got this.
Alrighty, man. Appreciate it.
The officer finds a neighbor at the door, who investigators would later learn was called by the same man to check on his spouse.
No, you got to be kidding. You come on now. Do you see that? Do you see their garage? Sorry, guys. This is Chris Watts vibe all the way. That's what this is. That's crazy. Oh, holy shit. It is in Colorado. Oh my God. Is it in his neighborhood?
151, send medical, and 110. I need a force entry. I got a female down in the garage.
You heard that right. The officer spots a woman unresponsive on the ground in the garage and takes action. Once inside, investigators find the caller's wife, Christine Krug, beaten and stabbed to death. Next, we catch up with that concerned husband as he arrives at the scene. Police identify the man seen here as 44-year-old Daniel Krug, the victim's spouse of over 20 years.
Oh, God. So, who is he reminding you of right now? Who is he reminding you of? You get one guess, Carolyn Cooper. That's it. Who does he remind you of? Oh, there's a long delay. That's so stupid. It's like 25, 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to continue, but put it in chat.
Let's rewind about a month earlier, when the victim alerted authorities about an alleged longtime stalker, who she says recently cranked up the heat.
All right. When did he pop back up?
So first text message was back in October.
Okay.
Just threats.
And just out of nowhere? Just
He
pop
does
back?
this. He does
Okay.
this, and he's been doing it for over 20 years.
Okay. So this is
This is the first time it's this violent,
Okay.
aggressive. Normally it's hey, how's it going?
Okay.
Nope. So the last contact was, I'm guessing, more than 5 years ago, just because it was last. I had a Facebook account at the time, and I don't have that. I haven't had it since pre-pandemic, so
Okay.
easily, like, wonder how many years before that. Yeah, no, completely out of the blue, and not.
It reminds me of Brandon Banfield. I don't know who that is. Well, with him crying like he's doing, it's looking like Caleb Flynn to me. Caleb. But this house resembles the Watts. This is crazy.
So there's absolutely no response from me.
Okay.
And they still go. the in-person stuff that's scaring the crap out of me, and my log list was starting since last Tuesday, and it's been almost every day since.
Okay.
I've gotten a few days break.
And it's always been text message, or has it been?
And emails.
Email, okay.
And he's trying to use phone number every single time he text messages me too.
Christelle explains that an ex-boyfriend from over 2 decades ago, who she says has periodically contacted her over the years, suddenly popped up again. But this time, things were different. The soon-to-be victim describes explicit text messages and emails that grew to be threatening in nature, alongside inappropriate pictures too graphic to show. Next, investigators invite the couple to the police station to get more details on the alleged stalking, after they said a cryptic photo of Daniel heading into work was sent to Christelle's email.
So anyway, that made me go, is this his number? Where is he right now? What kind of car is he? Like this was alarming. He's never said this kind of stuff to me before, so whatever. And the fact that it went so emotional, it's like something's really wrong here. Then things go dark, right? And this is when I then contact you guys, because this now is escalating. This is not just threats against me, it's threats against my husband. He contacts me, and you'll see my little log that this is an email address he contacts me now from more frequently, like he actually reuses it. But he is now showing that picture that day. There's snow on the ground. My husband had only gone into work on that Tuesday for Halloween.
Okay. I'm guessing that it was creepy, but not real. You know, but lots of people are jerks online, sure. Other than that, I'm sure she has mentioned to you that she and I are going through a rough patch, kind of on the rocks. So probably didn't seem that pressing until it was.
Daniel made some disturbing comments, calling the alleged stalking, quote, creepy and not real, before revealing his marriage was, quote, on the rocks.
They covered this? They covered this Colorado case? That's crazy. Funny. I didn't know that.
Fortunately, even though my husband has a
they go live so late. I guess I'm just
camera in his car, he did not see anybody. Sure. And then unfortunately lost all the video because he didn't save it. So.
Yeah. She didn't want me to panic, so she didn't share all of the details of the log. And so, as I got all of the details, my panic level has gone considerably higher. Not now, because I'm in a police station. Sure. And honestly, this is the safest I've felt since.
It's weirdo. It's pretty sick when you catfish your own wife. And get up on all that. There's something wrong here. Obviously. Look at him.
Monday at lunch.
So anyway, just a lot of like very sexually explicit, very graphic, very just like poke the bear kind of thing. And then trying to prove to me that he can follow us.
Yeah. I went to the grocery store briefly on Tuesday.
Oh my God, look at his eyes.
And someone behind me dropped a can. Panicked.
Yeah. My husband did see these, like definitely this message, so he very much still remembers that. If you ever need someone to corroborate that they saw it, but I don't know how credible of a witness someone that my husband would be, but
yes and no. But
yeah.
So what am I doing? I'm panicking. And I'm doing a shit job of protecting my wife. As bad as I am,
wow.
I care more about her safety.
Yeah. Oh, I can understand that 100%.
I'm sorry for this. We're a mask around the kids.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, like because this is now like so distracting and so constant, and it just like anytime my phone buzzes, I'm just like I don't know what's coming my direction.
That takes us back to December, where Daniel is caught on a surveillance camera, casually walking into work and waving at a security guard, moments before calling police.
I'm like, oh hell no. It's my grandson again, but it's not. Did you hear that messenger thing? That was funny. Sorry, guys.
Hi there. My name is Dan
Oh
Krug.
my God.
I don't think this is an emergency, but this feels really weird.
Okay.
My wife isn't responding to text messages or phone calls.
Okay.
And we've had threats against us. We have both been targeted by a stalker.
Okay.
Threats have been made against my life.
Okay.
And threatening to like kidnap her, which is why I'm nervous that she's not answering me.
Yeah.
I didn't protect her. I was supposed to protect her. She forgot she was supposed to
Daniel is escorted to the police station where detectives have plenty of questions for him.
Did you say? Call police. Where's you? Did what you said. I didn't get her.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not your fault. I was supposed to protect her. You're rushing me out the door. I was thinking I was leaving. She told me I had to go because she had a meeting. She was rushing me, and I went. She sent a picture, but she texted me asking me to pick up. So I canceled or skipped my my CFO meeting. So I and I left her for this.
And you couldn't get a hold of her. She sent you that text. And that's as much contact as you have with her today.
And I panicked when the check marks weren't there.
They know he did it.
Daniel tells his initial story to investigators, saying his wife allegedly rushed him out the door before texting him about the kids shortly before the attack. Prosecutors would later allege that Daniel sent himself the message from his wife's phone in a suspected alibi attempt. That's when he said he noticed she hadn't read the text and panicked before calling police and a neighbor.
Well, you mentioned earlier that she didn't tell you about something kicks. Which one was that? Kickman. That's what we call a sucker. Doesn't deserve. Cambridge came up with Kickman because I remember then that I was just going to kick his ass.
Daniel now explains the family nicknamed the alleged stalker Kickman before one detective decides it's time to read him his rights.
Wow.
Let's see what he has to say.
We just now need to talk about your rights so we can proceed with getting the answers that we both want.
Yeah. I have two different voices going through my head right now. I have my brother. Yeah, I've mentioned him. He's the sheriff's lieutenant. And I have his voice saying, talk to the police. And in typical cop fashion, he married a prosecutor. So I have Lynn's voice in my head.
I'm sorry, he's a weirdo. I don't know what you guys think. Here, I got to do that so I can hear what he's saying. Jeez, it's already sped up. Hold on.
Going, get a lawyer.
Daniel ultimately agrees to talk, for now, but one detective digs in for further details.
I just want to, what caused the, anxiety or panic as to why it was so concerning that she didn't respond?
It was a really specific question about a time impacting the kids. That's something she will always respond right away on. And then, other than that, that was enough for me. That felt weird. It hurt me.
Oh my God.
She didn't.
Everything is about him. Have you guys noticed that? Everything's about him. He's weird. I hope you don't see his kids.
Tell me about
The stalker, when it started, she brought me in right away once he sent her a picture of me. And at that point, she brought me fully up to speed. And I saw the horrible messages. I saw the ad, all that crap. And that's when she and I started working on game plans. Again, what do we do to protect family, to protect the kids, define your threat level. She had a gun. She was armed. I don't want lethal items. We didn't let each other kind of be alone anywhere. Had to take dogs for walks, or dog for walks. We would do that together.
So it almost sounds like all this kind of maybe even brought you guys closer, not maybe emotionally closer, but you guys were physically sort of working on things besides your kids.
There was a
mutual.
Yeah, there was, over the course of November, there's a better team feel.
Okay.
Respond to crisis.
Right.
And I told her at that point, I told her I didn't want to die for someone who didn't care about me anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
That's really hard.
And I told her I wanted a divorce.
And how did she take that?
Angry. Obviously. Mostly anger that I said it now, with everything else going on. So she said she didn't want to talk about it until all of this was done. And then he got quiet, and we just kind of sat in that. I want a divorce.
Okay.
I've loved you for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was hurting when I said that, and what I wanted was her to say she cared about me. She did. What's his name? The other detective said that the cameras were turned off. That shouldn't happen. The only way that the cameras can be turned off is through the app. One of us has to hit the button.
According to an arrest affidavit, multiple home surveillance cameras were not recording at the time of the incident, while another was found covered in blue painter's tape.
Wow. He said they were turned off, and one of them looks like it has something on it. So, in my brain, I'm thinking someone made a move against her. So in my brain, the story that I have is someone came to the door. Maybe she went outside to get a package, and they must have come in. And she's a higher. She's strong. She would have fought.
And why do you say that? Have you guys fought before, or you just know though? Okay.
I know her.
Okay.
She refuses to be a victim. I don't.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, I mean, who do you think killed her?
I think it's Kate. I think it's.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's the first time I really said that's.
I'm sorry to. Well, that's what happened, and that's why we're taking this so seriously.
Of course.
Now, Daniel again points the finger at the alleged stalker when investigators reveal some conflicting information.
What if I told you that we had already spoken with? There's no way that he was in town today.
No.
I have nothing. And I'm terrified to bring my children home. The Gmail account, the Kickman account that you guys initially received with the photo of you in it, and the phone number, those originated through their IP addresses at your office. Doesn't make sense.
See, technology is going to get you all the time. All the time. They knew it was him.
Well, he took the photo of me at my office. Right.
Oh my God.
Both of those accounts originated from IP addresses that was back to your office.
I don't know what to do with that. There are Wi-Fi access throughout the facility for employees, and there's public Wi-Fi access throughout the entire facility. And we literally post the passwords in every single meeting room.
Okay. Because I guess the biggest concern is just the timing of everything, that it just doesn't quite make sense to have somebody create an account, take a photo, and then immediately send it off, and then the account is no longer being used.
None of this makes any sense.
Things are certainly pointing in one direction right now. So much for this idea out there, right? You know he has reached out to her in the past a number of times.
She's been very open about that, yes.
Right. The last time was 2016-ish. He had asked her at one point if she wanted to have sex.
I think he's approached her multiple times.
Right?
Right? What kind of sick mind would do that to your wife? Catfish your wife? For a year? Look at him now. Look at him.
So this next time, if there's any bit of question about infidelity, whether it's with you or anybody else, we might create an account to see if we can create a facade or see if Christine's actually interested in it. So we ask her and push the bounds a little bit and see if that will confirm our suspicions of infidelity. You don't get the response and the openness you once did for about 28 days, from October 2nd to October 31st. So you amp it up a little bit. Send a photo of yourself to her, an account you created. See what her response is. Maybe it started out the way that it was recorded, and then maybe it turned into something different.
Because that would suggest that I would put my children through this.
But I think ultimately what happened today would bring you the closest to your children that you've probably ever been in your mind.
There has to be someone
that was able to turn off the cameras, that was able to access a password-protected system to turn off cameras, that was able to use your IP address from your work to create accounts, to send messages and photos, to act as a stalking suspect. Well, tell me. Help me make sense of it.
I don't know, I'm not the one who does this. I'm analytical at work, and I read and write fiction at home. I don't do crime drama. I don't know what it is.
Crime drama.
Is if you're adamant that it's not Kickman.
Oh my God.
There has to be some.
Kickman is 6.5-hour drive from here. There's no way you could have made that drive. If you flew, we would have record of that. That doesn't show up on any sort of flight record through the FBI, DEA, Homeland Security, anything like that. And then, in fact, he was contacted in his house, severely intoxicated.
Let's join officers more than 8 hours away in Eagle Mountain, Utah, where they catch up with the man who Daniel claimed to be responsible for the crime.
I'm going to ask you a couple of names to see if you recognize any names. Okay. Have you ever heard of the name Crystal Krug? She may have been Grimsrod when you knew her.
Yeah.
And do you know a Daniel Krug?
No.
No? How do you know Crystal?
She was an ex-girlfriend.
She's an ex-girlfriend?
Uh-huh.
How long's ex? Like how long ago?
1999.
Oh, so like a long while ago.
She was my very first girlfriend ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When was the last time you talked to Crystal? Has it been a minute?
It's been a minute, yeah.
Like since you moved from...
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been what, back in 2014?
Yeah.
The ex was definitively ruled out after investigators said he had a verified alibi and no evidence to show he had traveled.
All this time that we've been looking for him through the protection order, and you just found him today, like that.
So I've been looking at you, but I've been waiting for these records to come back.
We've been chasing the wrong dog.
You want your rest? Is it? It sounds like you're accusing me.
So we have a lot of information that points your direction, and we were hoping that you could provide a legitimate explanation other than it wasn't me.
We have publicly available internet.
What would you say if we told you that other people you talked to that are close to your wife had mixed arrests, said she had maybe told them that she suspected you of having...
She said that right to my face. That she wanted to know if it was me. And I told her no.
But why would she suspect that? I don't understand how we take the leap from we haven't had a romantic relationship for a long time in our marriage to I suspect my husband is pretending to be my stalker. How does that happen? There's a missing explanation in there. There's a missing piece to that. I'd like to know what happened this morning. I'd like to know
Me too.
what caused you to get so upset to hurt your wife, because I believe that's what happened. I believe that you've been because there's no other logical explanation.
I want to know what happened. Did she fight? Did she get shots on? Where was she in the house? So tell me.
Oh, Jesus.
Did she fight? Did she get shots on?
So dramatic here. He writes fiction. So he says.
Where is she in the house?
We haven't been there to know, and there's only one person in this room that can tell us. Because Detective King Solomon and I have been here with you.
I think you know the answer to all those questions. I think you got confirmation or found out that she had a boyfriend this morning, or something happened that pissed you off, and you did something that you regret now because you can't go back. And you can't go back to stalking her secretly, or pretending to be her stalker, or making plans, having cooperation with one another, although it's not romantic, having cooperation with one another to fight together against Caveman.
You have your theory. It is wrong. Please find the Bible. Is this the point where I'll never that checklist is and I say, I'll have it for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Daniel asks for an attorney and ends the interview, but it's not long until we hear from him again.
I want you to tell me you did this. Because I don't. You don't believe that? Fine. Just don't stop looking elsewhere. Something. Okay? Fine. Are you married? With kids? Divorced? Remind it. I don't care if you capture him. I just want the fucking name. He took my children's mother for Christmas.
According to the Broomfield District Attorney, Daniel was accused of freeing Christiel's ex and carrying out an elaborate plan to cover up his crime. A jury later convicted Daniel of first-degree murder, stalking, and criminal impersonation. He was sentenced to life in prison.
Don't just assume it's me. Keep looking.
Jeez. What do you guys think? If you're here, please hit the like or dislike, whatever you want. Fire the chat, fire the chat. Where is everybody? I mean, come on. Where the hell is everybody? Let's see who's live. New Age Plug is live. What is going on? That's the problem. All right. That's the problem, people. Clarksville is live. That's the problem. Everybody's over there. How dare they? How dare they? He's talking about this lawyer here. All right, all right. Well, anyways, I've been live almost 2 hours. Thank you for the fire in the chat. Fire in the chat. But I think I'll go for now. I just wanted to cover that Florida case. And then this weirdo. Who would do that? I mean, stalking is a horrible thing, being stalked. Oh my God. And then here your own husband's doing it? Oh, Jesus. I mean, pretending to be somebody else? I mean, because I have a husband that stalked me, an ex-husband, right? But, oh God, sick. Just sick. But I want to thank everybody for being here. And that would be Carolyn Cooper, VPS, and Rhonda, Carolyn Cooper. Who else came in? Was it DB? Something Bentley? God, I can't remember. Something Bentley. And, what's her name? My sis. Misty. We need to pray for Misty. Let's do that before we leave, okay? Prayers up. Her daughter-in-laws, they're pregnant with their first baby. They just got married recently. And her water broke at 20 weeks. 21 weeks, I think. And they had options. I'm not going to get into the options, but they're trying to hold off as long as they can. So I told her, I said, I feel that baby's going to make it. That baby's going to make it. I don't have a negative feeling about it at all. All right, my pretties. I'm going to go for now. And thank you for being here. And by the way, I don't have the body cam footage yet of the high profile person that everybody knows. So hopefully I will have it on Monday. All right, later. Bye. Love you.